Hello Cancer, it's Lisa, and here is your October 30th to November 5th, 2023 general reading. This is just a general reading. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, all my information is in the description box below. I am holding a contest in October to win a reading with me. If you would like to win, all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave a comment, and I'll enter you in the draw. If you've already subscribed, still leave a comment. I'll enter you in as well, and I'll be picking the winner at the end of October, which is only a few days away. So if you would like to be the lucky winner, get your name in there, and hopefully, fingers crossed, you're the winner. Okay, Cancer, so let's see what is in store for you this week. So the overall message for you, Cancer, for this week, Cancer, is nice. A whole new phase in your life. So this is the Judgment card is about coming out of this box that you've been in and having this whole new phase. It can be that you make some changes in your life, or you need to make some changes, but this kind of new way of being is presented to you and you go for it, and you come out of this box that you're in and you have this whole new phase in your life that starts. The challenge that you have this week is being proactive. And the whole sense of this card is that there's some information that, I don't know if it's information or certain things that happen that kind of get you back on track or get you out of this place that you were in that creates this whole new phase. So this information that's going on around you kind of creates this new phase. And then it's just being proactive with it. So this week you might just be kind of like having to process what this whole new phase is. And so you don't take action this week, or you're having a hard time taking action because you're trying to process it. Where you need to focus on is on having success. So it's kind of like focusing on the successes you want, focusing on what you need to do to attain the successes, and just doing the work. So we'll get some clarity on all of this. And then what you do not see coming, Cancer, we'll reveal in a little bit. Okay, so a whole new phase in your life. Amazing. So for all of you, it may be different. It may be a new job. It may be a new way of like health and fitness. It could be, health things. It can be love, whatever it is, but it's just basically this whole new way of being. It's coming out of these boxes that you're in, or the way that you've always done it. And it's kind of like, okay, I'm coming out of this box. I'm not going to do the same old. I'm having this whole new phase in my life. So let's get some clarity where that is. Oh, the Death card, my favorite card. So the Death card is that you are going through a transformation. For all of you, since this is general, it may be that you're at different stages. It may be that you're just starting the process of going through the Death card, or it may be that you're coming out of the Death card, where that's where you're coming out of the box, right, of transformation. The Death card is really all about thinking. The best way I can explain the Death card is that you're a little caterpillar and you're chugging along, and you go into a cocoon and you start learning and growing and going through a process of changing who you are. Sometimes we realize we're in the cocoon. Sometimes we don't realize we're in the cocoon. Eventually you will. And then after you've gathered the information that you need, or, you've grown and learned, then you burst out of the cocoon as this beautiful butterfly, and you are able to fly to bigger and better things, higher heights than you thought you could before. And you can't go back to being the caterpillar because you've completely changed. There's no other way of going back, right? So that's why I love the card, because it's like we go through things in life, we learn, we go through hard things, good things. But a lot of times we take 3 steps forward and then we end up back to where we began. And this is like, no, there's no going back. You are changing, you're evolving, you're moving on to bigger and better things. It's really positive. I know people see it and freak out, but I love it because it's about a complete change. So you have a whole new phase in your life, and that it changes your whole life, right? So amazing. The Seven of Cups is about looking at your hopes and dreams and really kind of seeing what you want in your life, how you want your life to be. So through this process, depending on where you are, some of you might just be reassessing your hopes and dreams and saying, what do I want my life to look like? What are the goals I have for myself? And others may be making some of them happen. Ultimately, the Seven of Cups is about pulling down that hopes and dreams from the clouds and making it happen. I got this card a lot when I wrote my first book, and it was a lot about, okay, I've always wanted to be an author. I'm going to make it happen. And you start the process of making it happen. So for whatever it is for you, Cancer, it's kind of going, okay, I've always wanted to do this. I'm going to make this happen now. It can be, I've always wanted to be fit and the best version of myself, so I'm going to make that happen. I've always wanted to travel, so I'm going to make this happen. So whatever it is for you. The King of Pentacles is about having resolute action. So you see what this hope and dream is, and you're like, one way or another, I'm going to achieve this. Whether it takes me 6 months, 2 years, I am going to achieve this goal. And you have resolute action, and you're going to make it happen one way or another. Wow. And then you get the Karma card, which is the Judgment card, but which is tarot deck, which is all about a whole new phase in your life that's starting. It really, you have it twice, so they've doubled down on the message. There's a whole new phase in your life that's starting. You may perceive it as not great, like, oh my God, I have to come out of my comfort zone, or I have to come out of this certain way of being, but it is moving you towards really, really positive things. Okay, Cancer. So then the challenge you have this week is being proactive and doing the work or doing whatever it is that makes you come out of this box that you're in. It can be that, you're seeing this new phase and you're like, okay, I don't really want to do this new phase, or I want to do it, but I'm not motivated to do it, or I don't know what the next step is. So we'll get some clarity on what will help you walk through this energy. They're saying that someone provides you with information that creates this new phase in your life. This is someone that you know. So it can be a professional, it can be a real estate agent, a doctor, a therapist, someone you're talking to, a professional, but you know them. So they provide you with information that's emotional, and it ultimately helps you into this new phase that creates all these wonderful things for you. But they, and it can be a family member, friend, but it feels very professional, and they provide you with the information that kind of makes you take a step back, but then you start to be proactive and have this whole new phase. It's going to really help you shine and be the best version of yourself, this information and this new phase. So you kind of come out of hiding kind of thing, or being in this place where you're kind of behind everyone, and you come center stage and you really start to shine and be the best version of yourself. The Tower is this information that's provided. It kind of shakes you, right? And it grounds you. And the thing about the Tower, it looks scary, right? It really is a positive shift or change in your life that moves you to bigger and better things. But sometimes we need a kick in the arse from the universe to help us move forward. So it's kind of like, okay, here's your kick in the arse. Now you need to be proactive and make things happen. But there's sense this week where it's just processing. And you need to kind of process, but you got to move forward because it's really moving you towards bigger and better things. And then it's just learning and earning the things that you need to do in order to move towards your goals and successes. The great thing about the Six of Pentacles is that you're moving out of the rough water. So whatever this Tower and information is, it is moving you towards calmer, better water. And some of the goals that you want to achieve are not that far off. It's like right there. You just need to keep going. It almost feels like this information fuels you to move towards some of your goals and make some big shifts in your life that really kind of change everything and really kind of make you shine, which is interesting. But it does have an element of like processing this week. Okay, so then where you need to focus, the Ace of Pentacles, is about the successes that you want and focusing on the successes you want. So it's kind of like, okay, I want this in my life. I want to achieve this. So I'm just going to focus on what I can do and let go of what I can't do. And what do I need to do to have this success? And then the Temperance card is about synchronicity. And really this information that the Knight on the horse, right, with the cup, it feels very synchronicity, right? So it's very much like through synchronicity, the angels, the universe are trying to help you move towards your successes. So you have to look at it that way. You have to look at the tower that you got as synchronicity. It's moving you to big success. You might not see it that way, but that's really what it's doing. Heartache, again, they're saying the same thing over and over again. So the Three of Swords is all about heartache leads to new beginning. So certain things happen that move us in a new direction. But the great thing about the Three of Swords, which is really interesting, is that it's always about being grateful for the heartache. So you get to a point, it could be depending on where you are in your phases for each of you, you get to a point where you're grateful that you got that news or that that tower happened. So you're like, oh, I'm so glad that happened because look at me now. I would not be here. I would not be doing this if that never happened. I would have been just back there circling and recycling. But because that happened, it kicked me in the arse to get me here. And oh my God, look at my life now, right? So it's understanding that certain heartache leads us to really positive things. The Two of Wands is about not limiting your thinking, right? It's not kind of going, you know, oh my God, this information happened or the tower happened, so my life is limited to this now. And it's like, no, it's not. If anything, it's opened up, right? You now have the world in your hand. You can make your life what you want to make it. Don't limit your thinking. Don't settle. It's sky's the limit. And then it's the Six of Pentacles, which is balancing your life. The more you're balanced, the more that flows into your life, the more abundance that flows into your life. By balancing your life, learning to give and receive, more abundance flows in. And it's understanding that when certain things happen, it's the universe giving to you so you can receive more from the universe, right? So when the tower happens, it's to push you towards receiving more abundance in your life. Yeah, it's really interesting. Okay, so then Cancer, what you don't see coming this week, which will be really interesting, is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about walking your path, which is your life, just moving down the path that you're on, listening to your intuition, not getting distracted by what other people think or say or how other people do it. It's really just kind of going, okay, I need to do what I need to do and what's right for me, and listening to my intuition and following it and not listening to, you know, what's out there in the world. It's just not getting distracted. It's just moving forward with what you need to do. The Three of Cups is about expanding your life. It's also about celebrating your life and enjoying your life and, you know, celebrating the people around you. And it can be expanding the people around you. So you're seeing more things, enjoying more things. It really is a positive card. It's a new perspective. The Hanged Man is about letting go of some things that no longer serve you. It can be like, almost feel like sacrificing things out of your life that lead you to a new beginning, which then leads to a lot of abundance in your life. It gives you a new perspective. And for some of you, it may have happened in different ways. Some of you may have let go of something or sacrificed something that gave you a new perspective that leads to this new beginning. And other people may have gotten a new perspective that then makes you let go of something that creates this new beginning. It may happen differently for each of you, but ultimately you do what you need to do. You let go of some stuff and you get a whole new perspective on life, which then gives you this whole new beginning. It has a very positive energy. The Lovers card, for those single people out there, it's about connecting to love, a new love interest that comes in, so it's leading you there. It doesn't really feel like it's love. It feels like more like you become passionate about life again and passionate about the things you do. So by getting this information, you find a new passion, and you connect to it, and it really kind of creates this whole new beginning. And then as you move forward, it's learning to just stay focused on what you can do and let go of what you can't control. Not getting pulled into drama, conflict, other people's stuff, other people's energies, not allowing their energies to affect you. It's having boundaries with people. And when it's world events and things, it's just staying focused on what you need to do, because you got stuff to do and you just need to stop getting distracted by other stuff, right? And so just keep your head down and do what you need to do and move towards your goals. Really interesting, Cancer. There's like this really interesting energy with it that's very positive. It just feels like a process through some stuff that gets you to really positive things. So very interesting, Cancer. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you could like and share my videos, that helps me grow my channel and helps me keep doing these. Have a fabulous week, and I'll talk to you soon.
Be yourself. Everybody else is already taken.